Welcome to Off Grid Shop, Oregon. On this channel, we'll be doing semi-manly stuff like cleaning the bathroom and kitchen with power tools, doing life hacks that involve welding, and also some metal art. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Alright, we're going to make a metal flower using this Kirkland decaffeinated coffee can. First thing we'll do here is try and remove the label. I have problems with this. We'll see how it goes. Sweet. I think I left one of these in the sun, and like this inner white layer melted onto the can, and so I could get off like the outside colored part, but not the inside white label. So, anyways, keep that in mind. Use a nice new coffee can, I think is the answer. And then you end up with this part here, and usually I just don't care as much because it's on the back of the flower, but let's see if gasoline takes it off. It just might. Alright, here's my world famous gas in a mustard container. Just throw a little on there. Don't huff it. First thing I did with this mustard container, of course, was lose the lid. So now I got a scrunched up tinfoil on there. I don't know. Let's just see. Let's try some old Scotch-Brite. If you could take this off with an angle grinder, I was kind of hoping to not have to go that route. How do you get this stuff off? I don't know, how about a rag with a bunch of gas on it? Gas kind of evaporates quick. Don't smoke them if you got them. Well, there you go. It doesn't really work. Alright, let's try a little wire brush here. The thing is, these cans, the reason why they're silver colored is because they're coated in zinc. And so, if you use a steel brush to remove this stuff, you're also going to remove some of the zinc. And zinc is like amazing at preventing rust, but you just do what you got to do. Dang it, I guess it's power tool time. Okay, well, the generator's running. You got the angle grinder with the cut brush. It's going to be spray painted, which also prevents rust, so, you know, it's kind of like pick your poison, or just leave that stuff on there. Well, I guess that works. Alright, there's still some stickum on there. Let's see if the gas works now. I mean, gas is a pretty strong solvent. It's just extremely flammable, but so are a lot of solvents. There we go. Sort of. More gas. What's good about gas as a solvent? It's cheap. $3 a gallon. That's cheap. Cheap stuff. That's working good. See if Scotch-Brite with gas works better. Maybe a little better, but looks like it's actually the gas doing the job, not the roughness of the rag or the Scotch-Brite. But anyways, we'll wipe it off, and hopefully later on the spray paint will stick nicely to that and look good. I think part of the problem with this label, it's not paper, it's plastic, I guess. Some sort of plastic. And so, like the old labels were paper with glue. And so you could put gas on them, it would soak into the paper and then into the glue. It seems like that worked okay. But now that this stuff is plastic, it just leaves the thing that, you know, plastic is pretty much impervious to gasoline. So it's not like the old days. Okay, I want to make this into an 8-sided flower, a flower with 8 petals, and I'm going to use math. There's got to be a better way. I mean, you could eyeball it. There's a lot of things you could do. Anyways, I'm going to use math. So this can is 6 inches in diameter. So if you want to know how wide each section should be, it's 6 times pi divided by 8, the number of petals. So that's 6 times 3.14 times 8, which equals 2.355 inches, which is about 2 3/8 inches. So that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so we need something that will go around the circle and measure it nicely. So I'm just going to use this piece of twine right here. And I'm going to make a mark every 2 3/8 inches, which is 4 6/8, 4 3/4. You can see already the math is getting hard. So what I do is I just slide the thing over. So slide this one black dot to 2 3/8. Oop, that's the wrong way. Slide it the other way. Okay, there's your black dots. Slide this dot to 0. There we go. And now it's 2 3/8 again. And then 4 3/4. And so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. Make them a little easier to see. And that's enough. It doesn't actually have to go around the whole can or anything, because just what I did there, I kind of slid it over. You can do that on the can. So there we go. There's our little measuring string. Something that will wrap around the can nicely. All right, here's my string. Little black dots on there. I'll just mark them on this can. And we'll rotate. See how accurate this is when I get to the last one. It's probably going to be a little bit off. Boy, that is not bad. I guess what I'll say about that is that sometimes it works out great and sometimes it's off. And then if the last one is off, what I like to do is just kind of eyeball and split the difference. So, you know, if you got maybe the last 2 petals are a tiny bit thinner or a tiny bit fatter, that's okay and no one will notice it, instead of having one oddball. Okay, now I'm going to take these lines, I'm going to transfer them up to the top. Basically, you need to be able to see this when you're looking down on the can. I believe this makes it easier. Okay, and then when it's on the top there, you continue along. And we're also going to need the lines to go all the way down. So let's get a tool for that. Okay, I'm going to use one of these. It's not a speed square. I'm not sure what they're called, but basically the best thing I have for trying to do this. Now this is not you're eyeballing the bottom part. You know, you can put this up against it, but that ain't perfect. You know, I don't think the bottom is perfect. Anyways, you just do your best. These are going to be the things that you will cut with your angle grinder. Okay, while I'm switching this around, switching the camera around, I just want to show you that I'm using my third hand. This is a welding third hand I made. And you know, you can tighten or loosen the joints, move it, and then tighten it back up, right? And then it'll stay there. Has a C-clamp on the end. This is my funny little thing I use for holding my camera. I made a video about it, and I use it for welding sometimes, but I think I use it for filming more, so worked out good. Held down by a funky old weight. Alright, I'm going to cut this sucker with an angle grinder along those lines. Just put a heavy piece of metal on there to kind of hold her steady. I'm sure there's a better tool than an angle grinder for this, but angle grinder certainly does it quickly. I did it with some tin snips. I didn't enjoy how long it took. Here we go. That does not shock me. I don't really like holding these things while I cut them, but I guess after a while, that's what you got to do. All right, here's where the tin snips come in. You got to cut off this kind of lip thing there. Which works, tin snips work good for this part. Alright, now we're going to bend these ends down. Like I say, it's sharp, so wear gloves. And you kind of got to put a crease there kind of at the bottom, and can't really get it all the way down, so there's going to be, I don't know what that is, half an inch for about as close as you're probably going to get. All right, now I want to make the ends rounded, like a flower petals, like a real flower petal. So I want to do something like that. No. Something I learned the hard way is that Sharpie, you spray paint over this thing with white paint, the Sharpie will shine right through it. So that's what I want to do. But I've learned you really just want to say like, so you're maybe about a half inch up from here, and then you start, and then you just eyeball it. So the first one here, we'll do it with the Sharpie mark. It's on the back, so it doesn't really matter, but it's, you know, and there's also these Sharpie marks along the lines that we cut earlier. But the less Sharpie marks, the better. you know, or you know, just a good place to come along with your gasoline. Yeah, so I'm just going to eyeball this, starting about a 1/2 inch up, and you know, that's going to depend on your can also. All cans are not the same dimensions. Taller cans have larger petals compared to the center part. Short cans are the opposite. Alright, I'm going to spray paint it white. Do a few coats. White's good because you can paint over it with a color, and it's like one coat of color over white. It's real nice and rich looking. Alright, you probably get the idea. I think after this, you'll just see one that's finished, and there you'll be. I just want to show the amount that the Sharpie shows through the white paint, and also that like Best Buy date. So this is on the back. I don't care, but if you really want to do a good job, keep that in mind. Okay, so there's that one we were working on. So like the red and the yellow, that's put on with a brush. So I think you get the idea. Forgot to show you, but you gotta drill a hole in the center. Then you basically screw it to any piece of wood that you want. You know, put it in your garden. It's wonderful.